Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain here speaking on Capnclyde's MTG. I told you last time we looked at collector boxes. Next, we'll look at actual regular draft and set boxes to see if there's been any movement there and what it looks like from the past moving forward to see if there's actually any investment in what we call new Magic. So, remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, put some comments down below. It'll feed that YouTube algorithm. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate your guys' help. So, without further ado, trade tables and seat back in full upright position, boys and girls. Let's start scrolling down and take a look at individual boxes. Notice these are all by cases, so I don't want to give you guys skewed data. Let's actually go by individual boxes. So let's start with Double Masters. Double Masters is about 2 years old now. Um, so let's do a 1 year curve. You'll see here, even a year ago, it was around 420. This first came out around 220. If you got lucky, maybe even 250 probably in most stores at tax shipping or what have you. Maybe a little bit more than that. As you can see, it has skyrocketed up into the 520 range. There was a dip here to 448. Boy, I bet some people bought in on that and got lucky. Came back up, and there was another dip to 479. Not as good as this one, but still, it has panned back out again at 528. We're looking at about the $8 in shipping here, so we're looking at like 530 a box. And you can see that is the cheapest. And you can also see there's a little bit here. This guy's got 17 boxes, lucky him. But that's really all there is. As I mentioned before, I really see this being a box that's going to hit $1,000 at the end of the year. It's already at 500 over. It's already busted the 500 mark. It's 2 years old. It's already went up 100% in dollar value. So if it goes up another 50 at 750, so 750 may be a more easable thing to reach, but I really think the way Modern has really starting to take off here lately and Commander is really in high swing, that Double Masters is probably going to hit that 100% gain again this year. That's my personal pick. Now, if you guys want to see why, feel free to go scroll through my videos. I opened, right on Christmas, I opened a box of Double Masters. I tried to sell the box. Nobody spoke up, said they wanted it, so I cracked the box and sold them all on eBay individually. And man, was it fun to crack that box. Oh, daddy. And I'm going to tell you right now, guys, another reason why I think they're going to be $1,000. I cracked that box, and, there was two box toppers, two rares in every pack, plus uncommons, great commons and rares. This dollar value here is exactly how much dollar value I pulled out of the box, and I didn't hit anything really big. I mean, don't get me wrong, like I hit a Blightsteel Colossus in the what's it called, the box topper. So that was like 80 bucks, and I hit some other stuff that was around 30, 40, 50. But I didn't hit anything like a Force of Will or a Mana Crypt or any of those other things that are god awful expensive that would really send the price of this box to the roof. So that's why I think this is going to be one of the boxes to watch. Now, do I recommend you guys buying it at 500? I mean, if you got that kind of money to throw around, it's up to you. We do know Double Masters 2 is going to be coming out this year, supposedly. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We haven't got a real good report on that yet, but that's what everybody's been saying. But even saying that, one thing I'm going to talk about, and I'll talk about it even later too, Modern Horizons. The original Modern Horizons is only a couple years old. Modern Horizons 2 came out last year, and it hasn't even shifted down the price of old Modern Horizons. It's still going up because cards in there are still good, and some of them didn't get reprinted. So we'll talk a little bit about that. But so that's my talk about that one. So let's see what's next on the agenda. Once again, we're not hitting collector boxes. Um, so set boosters for Modern Horizons 2. So we'll talk about that. So you can see here, set boosters were as low as 220. They've been in the 220s. That's about as low as they've got, honestly, for a long time. They've never really been lower than 220. If you can get one cheaper than 220, more power to you. With all the fetch lands and everything else in this, Ragavans and um, all the elementals that you can ditch to fetch, I don't see this box going any lower. And like I mentioned with the collector boosters, the minute this box goes out of print or they announce it's no longer printable, this thing is going to skyrocket. Original Modern Horizons is still higher than this box, and it doesn't even have as good stuff in it. And the good thing about the set booster is you can get, well, you probably get in the draft booster too, but you can get old art frames, old art versions of cards from Modern Horizons that are powerhouses. And you can see here, there's a pretty decent amount here. Everybody still got plenty. which is why I think they're gonna probably cut this off sometime soon. And 220 is gonna be probably the limit. Now, when they cut these off, I expect these to go to 500, give or take, by the end of the year. Now, it also depends how soon they cut them off. If they don't cut them off to November, obviously by the end of the year, it's not going to 500. But if they cut these off by spring, like I'm easily saying 400, maybe five by the end of the year. There's just too many good cards in it. And once again, talking about modern being the powerhouse that it is right now, everybody wants to play modern. And Commander and all these other older formats, it's really keeping the price high on this, even though the demand is so high and there's still plenty of boxes out there. So now when we compare that to the old draft boosters over here, you'll see the draft boosters are not much different. They're almost the same price, which is really scary. You can see here at one point they were really high and they've dipped down to the 200 range. They've come back up around the 220s. So again, same thing we talked about, same verse, second verse, same as the first. When it comes to Modern Horizons 2, you have draft, you have set. You can see there's really just $1 or two difference, and I think it really depends on what you're looking for. I think the best thing about the set boosters is the list. And you can go back and look at my videos when I opened a buttload of these. I opened like 18 boxes. I even did a couple of I think I did 6 of the draft boxes. I think I did 12 of these. You can really see the difference between the boxes. And me personally, I think these being the same price as these is wrong. I don't think these are priced wrong. I think these are priced wrong because the set boosters just seem really, really powerful. Um, so one thing I didn't touch on my other video, we have Double Masters VIP Edition. This was stuck at $90 for a long time, close to 100, and nobody saw anything about it. Now all of a sudden they've doubled in price almost. So that's something to look out for, guys. I'm not saying you should buy into them now because with the reprint of Double Masters 2 coming out, who knows if there'll even be reprints. These will probably come out again. And if I was you, I would definitely invest in them. As much as you don't want to buy, as much as you don't want to spend $90 for a pack of cards, these things have value and they have went up. So, I mean, it is what it is, guys. So next, let's talk about the next best booster box, which looks like Commander Legends is on the high note here, looking at about 120. So if we go back a year, you can see it's very volatile, down to 106, back up to 120, down to 105, down to 107. So a lot of people didn't think this would be a good booster box because of the way it was set up. There was less packs. It was made for Commander, yada yada yada. But this box is amazing. Now, collector boxes obviously are better. See the other video for that. But these boxes, as far as draft goes, are no slouch. I remember buying these boxes, guys, for like $89, $90 when I started realizing I did a box opening series. Um, I bought a case of them when they first came out, pretty cheap, below the $90 mark. I'll tell you that much. And these boxes were cracking 120, 130, 150. Like the box value was nuts. There's not one box that I cracked that I lost money on. It was insane. And I made the video then, again, go back through my YouTube videos, you can find it in there. And I told people then, this box is undervalued. If you can get this box for $100, you should be just scooping these up. And since then, I'll be honest with you guys, I have bought up, I think, close to 3 cases. Anybody selling them less than 100, I was all over it. And I got around 2 to 3 cases, or 2.5. I don't remember the exact numbers anymore. It's all put up. But once again, it got past 100, and I was like, all right, I'm probably done. Not that I don't think this is going to go up. I think this is going to be 250 by the end of the year. But when you got to mediate what you buy now versus new standard coming out, and I still have all kinds of money to throw around like some people do. Uh, but I got in early, made tons of money on it, and I thought this was a great box. And you can see here, they're selling for 123 now. Like they're almost 50% up from where they were, and they're barely out of print. And as a matter of fact, I don't even think they've announced that they're out of print yet. I want to check my sources on that later, but I don't think this is out of print and it's still like this. This is just nuts. And you can see here there's plenty of boxes available. So, I mean, we're talking about a draft booster box. Sweet Jesus, this guy's got a lot. We're talking about a draft booster box that is in print or maybe just left print with a huge saturation in the market for a very long time that is still went up 50% in value. I mean, come on. What better investment could there be? I mean, that was the year of Commander when this first came out, and boy, they weren't lying. Commanders really drove a lot of these prices up. So, moving on. Next here, we'll take a look at, we just went through Legends, Throne of Eldraine. So how's that bad boy shaking up? So Throne of Eldraine's been out of print for a little while now. It's only up to about 110, 114. Now, mind you guys, Throne of Eldraine went out of print before and was made before Commander Legends, and the box value is the same as Commander Legends. What does that tell you? Just to put kind of in perspective here how this is going. So 120. This is a great draft box. You can see here over the last year, it's been very volatile. It's been down to 114, up to 120, and it's been just doing its thing. A lot of people thought this would be a very bad box. A lot of cards got banned. Oko got banned. But all in all, like there is powerhouse cards in this set, and people loved it. You can say how much you hated it, but on the whole, people loved it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I hated playing against the cards in standard, but I loved drafting it, and the cards they were just cool. I mean, I don't know how else to say. I mean, it was just cool. Um, I suspect these will probably go. This probably won't go up as much just because of people's negativity because of all the bans in the cards. But I think in the long term, when we get past that muscle memory of oh, there's banned cards, yada yada, and we start looking at prices, this is going to go up. I think by the end of the year, it's going to be a $150 box easy. Maybe a year or two when that muscle memory goes away, it's really going to start climbing and get really outrageous. And that's my thoughts on that one. All right, so let's try over here. Our next customer, Zendikar Rising set boosters. So I don't even see Zendikar Rising. Oh, there they are. Draft boosters, 96. So this is still in print. It's about on average, but if you look here, you can see that this was down to $96 when it first came out. A lot of people didn't like this. They didn't like the land cycles. They didn't like this. They didn't like that. It's actually got a good land cycle, I think. A lot of the cards are not very pronounced or very good for most people's liking. But as you can see over the course of the year, it's slowly gaining ground. And that's the best kind of investment. Now, unfortunately, it's already 107 and it's still in print. Now, imagine what's going to happen when this goes out of print. So I suggest by the end of the year, if this does go out of print, I don't have the schedule in front of me to see when it does go out of print. But I think these will probably be around 150 by the end of the year, unless something weird happens, like they keep printing, they extend the print, or something of that nature. The market's saturated, and the price of the box is still going up. I just don't know what else to say. Plus, the list in this is just phenomenal. And if you look in here, you get an art card, you get full art basic land. Who doesn't like full art basic lands? Uh, token guaranteed foil rares and mythics. There's just this was as much as people hate to admit it. Zendikar is just Zendikar, and it will be expensive. It's just going to take time, and this might be one of those boxes where if you're looking for something to invest money in without having to take a guess on something new coming out, this may be your bang. For 107, you might even be able to hook a few of these guys up, that have large positions in this product who are trying to liquidate, um, and see if you can get a big discount on an order. Uh, See if you can get them out from under some of it in case they're trying to liquidate some of it to get cash for the new product coming out. Just kind of let you guys know what I'm up to. Uh, I got a bunch of Modern Horizons set boosters, Modern Horizons 2 set boosters. Let me clarify that at a huge discount. A discount to the point where I can't even tell you what it is because I feel bad about it. Because I'm assuming they wanted to just I found somebody who wanted to liquidate the market. This is back when the set boosters had stalled and started going down in price, and they wanted to get out to buy a new product. Um, and I'm not gonna lie, I picked up I think about 12 boxes off of them of set boosters. Unfortunately, they weren't cased; they were all individual boxes. But I mean, for the price that I got, it's a definite investment that I've already made money on. So you never know. You could try that here too with somebody with some of these stores. All right, moving right along. Crimson Vow. This just came out. It's already at 104. That's about the norm, honestly, especially with the new set. I would expect to see this to dip more before it goes up. To be honest with you, you can see here it went up pretty high to 150 for a while due to uh, problems with distribution, and once distribution got sorted out, it just plummeted because it's in print, it's new. Um, the Dracula theme is really cool, although I don't think there's a lot of money in it. Me personally, at the end of the day, it will be a cool set and it will go up in value. I just think this set is going to take a very long time. We're talking 5 years probably before you see 100% growth in this set. So that's my personal opinion on Crimson Vow. Calheim set boosters. We'll just hit this bad boy up next. Go for 1 year. You can see this had a very bad start off too, all the way down to the 90s. Calheim did not receive well. But after that, people started playing with the cards, start getting the snow mechanics down, and you can see the price starts going back up. And now we're up to 108, still in print. This might be another one to pick up if you're looking for something to invest in. I mean, the Snowlands alone, along with some of the other cards, could be doable. Not a lot of big hits in this, but it is cool. First snow set in a long time. It could be something that makes it stand out in the future, kind of like Ice Age. Ice Age doesn't have a lot of good hits, but people just love that nostalgia. And this was really cool. So, once again, I think that's going to be another set that's going to have to age like Crimson Vow before it gets too good. Strixhaven. These are draft booster boxes. I'm kind of surprised the set boosters aren't in here. This set, in my personal opinion, is awful. You can see here it goes down to 94, goes up to 111, back down to 103. This is still in print. Doesn't see a whole lot of action card wise. The only thing that this is got going for it is the Mythical Archive right there. One card in every pack. And you could get lucky and pull them hot Mythical Archive cards. But if you want to hit that up, I would definitely be hitting the collector boosters while they're still cheap. Because those collector boosters might get you a good foil or an etched Mythical Archive. It's a mythic worth lots of money. But those money in that price and that stuff has come down. I think in the long run, this too, like most Magic products, it will go up. This is going to be another one of those. It might take 3 to 4 years that muscle memory to wear off about how saturated the market is with the Mythical Archive cards. I mean, I've got so many of these from the 20 some odd boxes I opened on the channel. Couldn't even sell them all. It was ridiculous. So yeah, like they're like down to a penny a piece unless you get one of the big hits. So don't get too happy about that. But definitely not one I would invest in unless you just want to kind of spread your investment. I might get one case, and if I was gonna get cases, honestly, I would get collector boosters. Um, I just think they'll perform better, or set boosters. See, you notice the set boosters are lower than the draft boosters. Is that not crazy? Like they have the list cards, they have better cards. Like it's just crazy. So with that note, let's check out the set boosters real quick. It's kind of odd. Uh, you can see where the set boosters drop down to like 89 at one point. Like so, if you want to invest, I wouldn't invest in draft. I would invest in these. They're a lot cheaper. They're almost $10 cheaper with shipping included. This guy's got 43 of them. Again, maybe you can hit him up, ask for a big discount if you buy a lot. Uh, because the set boosters have a better chance of getting those really sweet Mythical Archive cards as well. So, but again, if you can get a collector box, that's definitely probably more bang for your buck if I'm just being honest with you. So moving right along, Keldheim Draft Booster Box, $99. Like again, same thing with this. It's just kind of weird how this is the only set booster box that is lower than the draft box. I find that very odd. Other than Ikoria, apparently Ikoria is the same way. If I can find Ikoria, yeah, whatever. Maybe there's no set booster boxes in here. Ikoria, $94. It's already out of print. It's been out of print for a while. This would be something good to get into, especially if you want some set boxes, because it's cheap. It hasn't went up yet. A lot of people didn't like the mutate mechanic, but everybody loved Godzilla, so it is what it is. So moving right along, 2021 boosters. Uh, these were okay. Again, I think the collector boosters are going to be the ones that are going to be really sought after because they're the first collector boosters of a base set. But with these boxes already being at 102, after they've rotated out, and that's on a downturn. They were up to 107, 108 here. Like they're seeing nothing but growth over the last year. This is going to be another one of those core sets. It was one of the best ones. He's got Ugin and a lot of other good, powerful cards in it. Might be a good place to park a few dollars and if you're into it. But once again, I suggest collector boxes if you're going to do it. So, all right. So here we have draft boosters and set boosters for D&D Forgotten Realms. I may be just a wee bit biased. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I can't help myself. I think these sets are really overpriced. They came out right after Modern Horizons 2, right after a few other big powerhouse sets that made them seem very underpowered. Plus, they were a replacement for a core set. So I think these are at a cheap price now, especially set boosters where you can pick these up and get some real good deals. Because moving forward, I think just the iconic Dungeons and Dragons logo itself will make these worth something. So try to get this wrapped up, guys. I know it's kind of going kind of long here. Midnight Hunt, we have set boosters at 91, draft boosters at 92. It's a good pricing. Obviously, set boosters. Well, the market price seems to be a little higher, but let's just say this: between these two, I'd obviously want set boosters, and between Crimson Vow and Midnight Hunt is nothing but powerhouse cards. Crimson Vow does have the rest of the land cycle, which is cool, but the land cycles in this, you have Meat Hook Massacre, like you have Soren. Well, Soren's in this one. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. Oh, and over here you got Loth, other good planeswalkers. Like this set is really underappreciated since it's in standard. And I think when it rotates out, it's really going to take off and be a real powerhouse to it. Just my personal opinion. So, well, with that said, guys, that is most of the boxes I'm going to talk about today as far as booster boxes go. I hope it was informative for you. I hope you enjoyed it. At the end of the day, I'm going to say the same thing I say about my last video. No matter if it's draft, set, or collector booster boxes, they will go up. The question is, can you wait long enough for them to go up when you invest your money in it? This is not a game, guys, where you can invest money one day and then a month later get your money back in two times. Those days are gone. That was all a whole bunch of FOMO, Fugazi, you know, shipping shortages, and people are getting burned left and right because the shipping shortages and the prices of boxes drop instead of keep going up, and people are mad about it. Look, guys, this is an investment, and any investment's a long-term game. Now, if you get lucky and you get those gains quick, count your blessings. It's not something that's going to happen every time, nor is it going to be something that's sustainable uh, moving forward into the future. Because if it was, then everybody would do it, and if everybody does it, then nobody can do it because then everybody has it, and everybody's going to try to undercut so the price doesn't go up, so forth and so on. So, just something to think about, guys. If you have any comments about that, tag down below in the comment section. Tell me what you think, what boxes might go up or down, and where they might be at the end of 2022. With that said, guys, if you want to support the channel as we're on our way to 1,000 subscribers, get as many people as you can to subscribe. And if you've already done that, hit the link in the description. There's a link to the eBay store along with a link to my email for the store in case you just want to reach out and talk about videos or whatever else there is going on. And as always, until next time, remember to be kind. I hope to see you across from the game table.